Hi, welcome to Bucks Tactical Evolution. In today's video, we will be taking a closer look at the recent signing of Orlando Pirates, Yanela Mbutuma. We take a closer look also at Mona Saleng's situation, as well as the coaching candidates for Orlando Pirates. Since the preseason will be starting early next month, Orlando Pirates will be heading back to Spain. Please don't forget to subscribe and leave your comment. We start here by saying that Orlando Pirates have signed Yanela Mbutuma from Richards Bay. This is the striker who had just signed a 5-year deal a few weeks ago with the Natal Rich Boys. And then it looks as if it won't be easy for any team to sign him because he had already signed a 5-year deal. But then Orlando Pirates has been reported to have signed Yanela Mbutuma, the 23-year-old striker, to reinforce their striking force ahead of next season. This is the player who was recently with the Bafana national team when they were playing friendly games against Mozambique and Tanzania in South Africa. And then he has shown his capacity for Richards Bay over since 2002. He hasn't scored much, but he has always shown the capacity of the big striker, the best striker that he can be. And looking at the fact that Orlando Pirates, they have evidence Makopa, they do have Zakilale Pasa, as well as Radio Pani, but they didn't have the striker who was very aggressive at running at the shoulder of last defender like Mbutuma, who's very aggressive at breaking the lines. And when you consider that Orlando Pirates, they've got players like Kabelo Dlamini in that midfield who can really break the lines with those passes to find teammates in the final third. You can sense that Mbutuma will get enough supply to score a lot of goals, because after his signing, after it was announced that Pirates have signed Mbutuma with SABC's Mazola Molefe, a lot of people, they started to talk about how his tally isn't impressive, because he hasn't scored more than 10 goals in a season for Richards Bay since starting to play in 2022 rather. But then when you look at his age, you can see that this is the player who can still improve. And when you look at the quality of players at Orlando Pirates, like Yomofoke Nkota, likes of Kabelo Dlamini, who can be able to pass from deep, even find his teammates higher up, you can clearly see that this boy Mbutuma will get enough chances to score. Because one of the things that I like about Mbutuma is that he has always risen to the occasion. He rose to the occasion when Pirates were playing. I mean, when Richards Bay were playing Pirates, Sundowns, Chiefs, and even Golden Arrows, other small clubs. Some strikers, they play only when they play against big clubs. But Yanela Mbutuma, he's got a strong mental capacity, and it was shown in all the games that he's played for Richards Bay. He was not only performing when he was playing against Pirates, Chiefs, trying to sell himself, but he's shown that he's a player who's really always trying to work hard. And his capacity to press from the top to make sure that defenders, they don't rest even during the build-ups. It's something that Orlando Pirates, they need, especially looking at the fact that this is how they have been playing, and they has been profiled because they could see that without Evidence Makopa in the starting lineup, they don't have any striker who's more aggressive, especially with Zakilale Pasa's future uncertain due to injuries. Then this is going to be a very, very good striker, and they bought him just at the right time because now you're starting to play for the national team, and that shows that he had really impressed the national team coach Hugo. So here the Bucks, they found themselves a striker who will really give them a lot of aggression, who will give them a lot of speed to run in behind, because then with Mahaunko and Orlando Pirates, they had players who can run in behind, but they were coming from wider position. But then with Mbutuma playing as a center forward, running in behind is something that really he will help Orlando Pirates, because even at Richards Bay, he had his teammates Somila Nsunduana, who was big, strong, and powerful, but Nsunduana was playing slightly wider, allowing Mbutuma to take the central position despite not being physically imposing, because now he can run in behind and he's very quick to react in the box, to press, and even take advantage of those loose balls or any technical mistake during the build-ups. So it's that type of striker that Orlando Pirates have signed, and he's going to give Orlando Pirates at least 10 to 15 goals a season with the creativity that they have from their midfielders. And here's a good buy for Orlando Pirates. Now, here's the situation. The situation of Monapule Saleng, it could get worse, if not the same. And here's the point. Orlando Pirates, they'll be going back to the preseason. The first week of July, they will be heading back to Spain, where they will be able to play Paphos from Cyprus and Bolton Wanderers from England. And then time is running out for Monapule Saleng. So now it remains to be seen here if Monapule Saleng will bow, or since Orlando Pirates, they are not willing to budge. Now, Monapule Saleng could find himself in the same situation as in the last 6 months until his contract expires with the club. And if surely Monapule Saleng got wrong advices I see his situation becoming even worse, because now Monapule Saleng will stay out without playing until his contract runs out in 2027 or 2026, depending on the duration of his contract. He won't be playing for Orlando Pirates, because this is, if indeed he's wrong, then Orlando Pirates, they will try to teach him a lesson and make sure that every player who's trying to come up with all this behavior, it will never be repeated. So it has been reported that this dispute is clearly about the salary. It seems like Monapule Saleng, it's been said he wanted an increase, but then it was reported that you cannot want an increase in mid-season, because the contract that you have signed, you must make sure that you play until it runs out and then you start to negotiate. But it seems like the player has been wrongly advised. But the last time his agency released a statement, they said this is a legal matter standing between the player, employer, and the employee, meaning that between Monapule Saleng and Orlando Pirates. So since it's a legal matter, it was unclear, because that was the last time his agency released the statement as to what's happening between the player and the club. They said that it's a legal matter and they were hoping for amicable solution. So far, nothing has materialized. And with teams going back to preseason early next month, time is running out for Monapule Saleng, and it's going to be very interesting to see where it is heading. But should solution not be found before the next season starts, Monapule Saleng is likely to remain in the same situation as it is, of which it's going to be really, really costly for him, because now it's cost him a lot in terms of sponsorship, potential sponsorships, personal sponsorships, as well as the national team caps and potential moves to European clubs. So because he still has age on his side, Monapule Saleng. So those are some of the things that Monapule Saleng is going to lose. Even his value is going to go down. So hopefully the solution will be found. If not, Saleng's situation I expect it to remain the same, unless if there is a club that is willing to pay Saleng out, to buy Saleng out of his contract with Orlando Pirates. If nothing is happening, I expect Saleng to remain in the same situation as it is right now. Now, when it comes to coaching at Orlando Pirates is yet to announce the coach, and a lot of people anticipate Orlando Pirates to announce the coach who's taking the team, succeeding Jose Riviero. And there are possibilities here. Pablo Franco Martin, Rulani Mokoena, as well as Mandla Ncikazi are the three candidates that I strongly believe that one of them will be leading Orlando Pirates into next season. Rulani Mokoena, he is a strong admiration for Dr. Khoza and Orlando Pirates, as we know, with his family. They are Orlando Pirates. Then Rulani Mokoena, he spoke even recently on Soccer Africa that he wouldn't mind coaching Orlando Pirates, and it is in that Soccer Africa show where he spoke about Yanele Mbutuma as one of the players that he really admire. And then considering that Pirates have just signed Mbutuma, one tries to read between the lines as to whether Rulani had an influence in making sure that Yanele Mbutuma signs for Orlando Pirates, because he's one of the strikers that he really, really believes that is one with a lot of potential, and he likes to work with such players with potential. And then we'll have to wait and see. Otherwise, Orlando Pirates have got Mandla Ncikazi, who has been there with the team for some time. Maybe they will just beef up his technical team and allow Mandla Ncikazi to lead the team into the next season, while Pablo Franco Martin remains a strong candidate to take over from Jose Riviero going forward. Thank you for watching this video. We hope to see you on the next video.